arrest anyone who belongs to the group on terrorism charges. 5 people were hurt this morning when a roadside bomb went off near a bus stop in Cairo. Police also defused 2 more devices found nearby. Today's attack comes 2 days after a suicide car bomb killed 16 people and injured dozens more at a police headquarters north of Cairo. NBC's Ayman Mohyeldin joins us live now from Cairo, Egypt. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Ayman, but did the Muslim Brotherhood also didn't they also condemn the 16 deaths?
Absolutely. In fact, they've been condemning the violence that has been plaguing Egypt for the past several months. They say they are calling on their supporters to refrain from using any violence and insist that their demonstrations against what they are saying is a coup so far has been peaceful. But obviously that is falling on deaf ears when it comes to the Egyptian society, Egyptian media, and most of the Egyptian public. What's behind
this move to label the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist organization?
Well, since the Egyptian military ousted President Mohamed Morsi, who came from the Muslim Brotherhood, the Egyptian government has been blaming the Muslim Brotherhood. The Egyptian government has been blaming this organization for the violence that has plagued the country, and that includes a series of high-profile attacks on security forces over the course of the last several months. So since that, the Egyptian government has been trying to disband the Muslim Brotherhood through a very, set of different actions, including court actions, freezing their assets, raiding their offices, and now shutting down their newspapers and other media outlets, so that they cannot reconstitute themselves either as a political force or as a charitable and social organization. And that certainly would prevent them from participating in any upcoming elections. In the grand scheme of things, a lot of analysts here in Egypt say that is the ultimate goal of the Egyptian power brokers, in this case the military, in trying to pan out a new political reality in Egypt that does not have the Islamists, either the Muslim Brotherhood or their allies, coming back to power in any way, shape, or form.
At this point, has anyone claimed responsibility for today's bombing there?
For today's bombing, there has been no claim of responsibility so far. However, the one attack that you mentioned on Tuesday, the significant one at a police or security headquarters, that has been claimed by an organization here in the northern Sinai Peninsula that is inspired by Al-Qaeda, one that is certainly growing in its profile and more brazen in these types of suicide attacks. And that is certainly now the new organization here that Egyptian authorities are much more focused and much more concerned about. It is an organization that has all of the hallmarks of Al-Qaeda-inspired militancy.
Really quickly here in macro terms, what does this most recent violence, what does this declaration that the Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist group, what does all of this mean for Egypt's transition to a new democratically elected government?
Well, in short, it raises a lot of questions as to whether or not Egypt can actually bring about a new political reality that is a free society with political representation from all across the political spectrum. A lot of people are concerned that the government and the military are going to seize this violence to try and bring back some of the type of draconian measures on civil rights that they used to have under the Mubarak era. This includes martial law, oppression of freedoms, and more importantly, cracking down on dissent, whether it's from Islamists or from secular forces that we've seen already with some of the more prominent activists of the 2011 revolution being arrested. So there is concern that the measures by the government are going to take Egypt back, and more importantly, the violence is going to take Egypt down a very dangerous and precarious path.
Ayman Mohyeldin for us in Cairo. Ayman, thanks as always. Coming up, hundreds of thousands